Alright guys, we're going to show you how we make one of our favorite sets of all time, and we've caught a ton of coyotes on this lovely T-bone set. In fact, we caught this dude right here on it last night, and we're going to show you how we've caught so many coyotes, how we make our set, and why this is one of our favorite sets of all time.
Gabe is starting to get the gear out, and the reason why is we've come across this farm here, and there's a road that cuts through the woods here, and we actually just went and set a T-bone set way back in that far corner, and we're coming around and coming up, and we started driving slow and looking in this road here, and there's a cat has walked right down the middle of this road, and I doubt we're going to be able to pick it up in the video, but let's see if I can go back and find this cat track. I don't even see it now. Well, there's one, but it's going to be almost impossible to see it in the video. But a cat has walked right up down this road here. So what we're going to do, Mr. Gabe is going to set a T-bone set on that side of the road. I'm going to hang flagging from one of these tree limbs and make a big old flashy blown up feathers everywhere, big dirt hole set, and we're going to put our Black Gate R4G cellular cameras on facing where it'll cover both of these sets. Okay, we just finished putting in the sets. Here's Gabe's T-bone. He says, what do you say about your T-bone?
I don't really like it because it's on a mound of dirt, and so I don't want to put a bunch of leaves on it because then it would look different from everything else, but the amount of dirt was compact and solid. Now you can obviously see something disturbed it. But then if I cover it up, it's going to look different. So we'll see how it is. I don't really like it.
Yeah, we'll see. So, you know, anything different attracts critters' attention. So, and then right across the road, I kind of made a dirt hole set, and I guided hard because I want it for a cat. And then right there we've got our Black Gate R4G, which is actually right in line. I'm actually standing in line with the T-bone that Gabe put in. And of course we got the dirt hole there, and like I said, I've guided it really hard. I want to hang flagging and fluff it up with feathers, and then we realized we were just planning on setting for coyotes today until we saw this cat track. So I actually did not bring any feathers or flagging or anything with me, so when we come back tomorrow and check it, we will we'll fluff that up tomorrow. Hey, what just happened? We watched on the...
We're sitting here watching TV, watching a turkey hunt, and thank goodness for Black Gate hunting, we decided to put a cell camera over one of our traps. And we get a video, and there's a dog pooping. Me and my dad have a double set on either side of the road. There's a cow pooping right in the center of the road. Well, we're hoping, we're praying. Next video, he's taking my T-bone out of the trap. He's already picked up my T-bone. So I was like, crap.
Pulled your T-bone out of the ground.
In his mouth. Probably walking away. We're waiting like 3, 4, 5 minutes. The suspense is killing me. And finally we get a video. He's in the trap, waiting there for us tomorrow morning. So, finger crossed he's still there. He should be. But
it looks like a good catch, so yeah, that'll be cool.
yeah, that was a fun, like a little movie waiting for the suspense for each video to come through.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, we've never done that before where we actually sat and watched the whole series unfold on cell camera.
Right there, and that was pretty cool. So,
that was cool.
that was cool.
Well, buddy, congratulations on your T-bone catch.
Yeah, really nice pad catch.
Yeah.
He's not happy. Pretty coyote.
So Gabe, you're putting this set right back, right in the exact same area where you caught this coyote last night, right?
Exact same. Haven't moved the trap. Haven't changed anything. He's got all this lovely pee and poop here. Be great. Send it for the next one.
Yeah, it is strong with scent. So a lot of people worry about, do I need to wash the trap? I don't think you can smell that trap even with a coyote's nose. It is strong. So we got unfortunately that coyote during the night snapped the T-bone in half as he was in the trap, playing around biting stuff. So Gabe got a new T-bone, put it in there. Now he's feathering out the trap bed. Just kind of dug out the same trap bed. Had to dig it hard. It was packed down nice.
Yeah.
But here's the location, guys. Showed you a little bit about this before, but it's a road going right through the middle of the woods. It's coming through. We saw cat tracks coming right through here. That's what caused us to stop. I put in a cat set there, and you can see it's a wing, looks like a pheasant wing I used. And then we hung a Black Gate R4G cell camera right there to capture both of these. Put the cat set over there. Gabe punched in a T-bone set just in case something more subtle or a dog came by. Well, we caught this coyote on camera, got sent to us. Gabe was actually working out last night, and this dog stops and takes a crap right in the middle of our two sets, right there. And we got that first, and it's funny, we were sitting there in the TV, Gabe was working out on the punching bag, we were watching it, we were like, oh, you got to go over one of the sets, and then the next video is that coyote working the set, and he's got the T-bone in his mouth, and of course a trap on his foot. So Gabe is going to reset there, and then we're going to take some time, and we're going to, because we actually got video, and Gabe's getting a little bit of sheep's wool, and going to put probably some stepping wolf, or what do you got there?
Mouse baits lure. Actually, it's
it's C4. That's from one of our favorite bait makers, Sawmill Creek and Lure. And so we got a second coyote at about 4:30 this morning coming right through here and stopped, and you can see that coyote in the background hunkered down as the second coyote came by. Probably stopped and smelled the poop that he left before he got caught. So we're going to take the time and punch in a second T-bone set. We're going to take the time to show you what we're doing and how we're doing it and why we like a T-bone so well right after this. Okay guys, so what is a T-bone? A T-bone is the vertebrae. It's actually, so when we drive it in the ground, it's actually upside down. So this hole here is the spinal column for the cow. That's actually where the nerves and everything goes through. And so when you're looking at the T-bone, the way most of us trappers use them, they're upside down. This is actually the way they go. So this would be the top of his back. His spinal columns go through here, and his vertebrae extend all the way up and down. So when you find I've actually had several guys ask me, where do you get these at? If you trap a farm as a cattle farm, or if you just know a cattle farmer, a lot of times they've got a dead cow pile, a bone pile. You can go through and sort through and find these by the dozens. We actually, when we go out to Kansas, we've got a friend that raises cattle, and we will bring home, when we go turkey hunting, we'll bring home a dozen, 2 dozen at a time every year to use on the trap line. So most of the time, though, this is a little short one. I probably normally wouldn't have even picked this up. Thankfully, I have it with me because this is our last one. But a lot of times they'll have a bone sticking out about this high, and that's the kind that we prefer because the more bone that's sticking up, when you turn it around and drive it into the ground, that bone is down to hold it and secure it in the ground so the dog can't come up and grab it and run with it. So it's almost akin to a grab and die set that the old timers used to use, where they would evoke a bite reaction from a dog. We use it more as an attractor, and when we say attractor, it's what gets the dog's attention. When I say dog, I'm talking about canine, fox. I've got a lot of fox on these, but we catch mostly coyotes on this. The nice thing about it is when we drive this bone into the ground, and it's flat here, it puts that spinal column up at about a 45-degree angle. And you'll see the hole is angled down this way, and if you turn it this way, the hole is angled up. We use that to our advantage in when we make our set, and I'll show you what I mean by that. We'll get a sledgehammer out. Again, this one's not going to drive in really far. A lot of times these bones are like this far deep down in the ground. The one that Gabe caught his coyote on last night was a big bone, had a huge vertebrae on it, probably from the middle of the back. The problem is the dogs, their bite force is so strong, he snapped it in half while he was in the trap, so we couldn't use that one again. But we like to find something that's got a little bit of a backing that's going to force the dog to come around, and these are about 8 to 10 inches. I know it's hard to sometimes see in the video, so I'm going to drive this up, and again, I could drive it this way, and the hole would be facing down. I want to turn it so the hole is facing up. That's going to help position the Coyote where we want him. Again, I'm going to drive it pretty solid in the ground, so if a Coyote comes here, he's got to mess with it some. Now, this one's not as deep as normal, but that's our attractor. And again, this is going to make a flat set, which we like a lot. Flat sets are more subtle. When I'm through with this, this is about all you're going to see is that right there. And again, that second Coyote that came through last night when Gabe's was in a trap, that second Coyote came to walk right down through here. He will smell, we'll spray some urine on this. We'll also stuff that hole with some bait or lure, preferably lure. I don't use a lot of bait on my line. I want that territorial reaction, not necessarily a food-based reaction. With it being as warm as it is here lately, they've got food aplenty. We're really looking for more of that territorial gland lure reaction. We'll put a gland lure right in there, and we'll blend our set in right here. But with a flat set like this, we don't have to worry about a big old dirt hole filling with water. It's going to rain in 2 days from now. If we made a big dirt hole, we'd come back and our set would be sunk. It'd be submerged. So now we're kind of up on the uphill side of this. Another reason, we got Gabe's set over there. We're covering both sides. Plus we've got the cat set behind us. If a bobcat walks by, that flagging can get his attention. Got some turkey feathers there. But today's all about T-bones. So we've got our attractor in there. We've got a little backing behind it. We've got the hole that's positioning the dog up here. So we got everything working in our favor. We're on the high ground here. If it does rain, the water should run off. It should stay dry here. So we're going to treat it just like a dirt hole, just like a typical attractor. If you think about a dirt hole is an attractor too, this is our attractor. If it was a urine post set, the post would be our attractor. So here's our attractor. We're going to come back approximately 9 inches, 3 over. We're going to dig our trap bed somewhere right in through here. You guys know we love, when we make our sets, we love to dig our trap beds with a garden trowel. We can move just the right amount of dirt that we need to move and make our trap beds as solid as possible. The biggest mistake that a lot of beginning trappers make, they do everything right except for the trap is tippy. And a tippy trap will alert a Coyote faster than human scent, faster than anything else, that something is not right. They spend their life walking around out here, and they know that the dirt is supposed to be solid. So see, we put the point of the trowel in and go around and around and around and scrape off just what we need. We know from doing this hundreds of times over the years about how big we need our trap bed. That's getting really close right there. Now we've got a place for our chain to lay underneath the frame of the trap. We'll dig out a couple places for levers here. We'll show you. Well, I did it backwards just like my son did a while ago. I like his, even though it's a dogless trap, I like the dog on that side. So you can see the jaws are fit just inside there. This is my first test fit, just from years of doing this over and over. We know about how big to make it. And now all we're going to do is punch out the holes for the levers on each side. That will allow the trap to sit down in there. So remove that pocket for the lever and this pocket for the lever. And we can clean it out a little bit. And again, just a test fit. And you can see, guys, now I'll probably dig this out just a bit deeper. That was my first test fit. Okay, guys, you notice this is our favorite trap of choice, especially Coyote trapping, is a KO Junior by No BS Lures. Kendall Obermeyer makes this. And you'll see guys complain sometimes about the pan tension being too tight. If you take regular bowstring wax and put just a little bit right there on the dog, okay, we carry a tube in each pack with us. That right there will bring the pan tension down to about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. Just perfect. You saw the pad catch on Gabe's Coyote from last night. Full pad catch. And then reach up. A lot of guys too are used to setting a night latch. They just want to set it like this and it will fire sometimes. It's hard to get it to, I'm trying to ease it down. See, I couldn't do it. So I actually called Kendall after I first got these traps. And let me show you the secret that he told me. And this helped tremendously. We've done it ever since, never had a problem. Reach there and grab it with 2 fingers like you're pinching it. When you do that, then you can pull it down. It just not latch, it's perfectly level. That pan is perfectly level. The pan's a little bit below the jaw line there. And you can see we've kind of test fit this a little bit. Look how that's going to be awesome. I like to flip that jaw up just to make sure I don't mess up. Of course, we're going to have to dig this. We didn't do a lot of prep work before this season, guys, and we're kind of just winging it here this year. We chased whitetails hard until the last day. Some of you guys know I was fortunate enough to kill a fairly nice buck the last hour of the last day of the season. It was running it down to the wire. So we didn't do a lot of trap maintenance, and these traps have not been dyed and waxed since last year. We're just kind of having some fun, and we're not doing this to make a living out here like some guys do. Next year we're going to go at this thing full bore. We're going to try to run about 6 or 7 farms next year. We're going to bring you guys lots of trapping footage next year. Guarantee it. We're already committed to it. We got too many of our loyal subscribers are begging for trapping content. You can see we use a thin super stake with a retrieval boss. I'm going to push that retrieval cable right down in that hole, get it out of the way. And I can put a little bit of, we got some dry dirt. It's not going to be freezing for the next few days. Again, that conical hole makes a great spot to drop our chain. That trap isn't budging. That's what we like about it. Oh, you know what? Got busy talking. Didn't put my polyfill under there. It's a whole lot easier before you night latch it. Normally you don't have to use a screwdriver to get in there, but that's a quick tip if you do forget. So now I got my polyfill under there. If you're wondering, what's the polyfill under the pan for? That way, as I fill this trap bed with dirt, right? That polyfill keeps that dirt from getting underneath the pan. Dirt under your pan is no good because that keeps the pan from depressing and your pan won't fire. Right now, all I'm really wanting to do, guys, is just fill this up. Okay, what I'm going to do here, you've heard me say this on other videos, find the pan and pack. So if I find the pan, I know where I can push and where I can't push. I want that. I want to find that. The thing I love about No BS lures, they've got a large, long pan. And there's not really any dead spots in it. Find the pan and pack. And we do this 2 or 3 times. Find the pan and pack. And you'll notice in the process, I'm kind of making an indentation here. I'm making a low spot over that pan. Now I don't want to I'm going to scrape away some of this. I don't want it to be a bowl up too high. I don't like that because I don't want anything to keep in between the pan and my tractor, which is the T-bone. Okay, we've got her all in there. I'm gonna use some of this duff, these leaves and other stuff, just to blend it a little bit. Run it through the sifter. I don't like big, huge leaves, big straws. put that behind it. Again, that's going to be my backing. And I'm looking around. I'm going to find a stick or a corn cob or something. That's not a good enough stick. I may break one off. Don't be afraid to just break one off a tree. Here's one already on the ground. What I'm going to do is I'm going to guard this side. This side of the approach. Again, if you ever heard the old saying, an attorney should never ask a question he doesn't know the answer to, right? Well, if you take that mindset, already think about the ways this dog could be approaching this bone. He could approach it from about any direction here. Preferably this backing, this high stuff is going to keep him from coming in from the back. But he could approach from over here. Well, now he's got something in his way. Now we're going to divert him or redirect him over here and come right in through here. Guess what's waiting for him right there? You just saw it. So that, again, the T-bone is our attractor. We're going to take some sheep's wool, put some gland lure on it. We're going to poke it right down that hole. That's going to be the focal point of him. The bone itself is going to attract it. The lure is going to direct him right there. The guiding is going to tell him where to walk. And this will be a great way to get another cat or another dog right here on this line in the next couple of days. Gabe's T-bone is right there. We got the cat set there. This road is officially covered, guys. Hope this helps you. And if you got any questions, be sure and ask. Hopefully we've answered all the questions here about T-bones. T-bones has put dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of coyotes and cats in the back of our truck, taking a ride home on the four-wheeler. And guys, it is well worth learning how to do this. Okay guys, we just finished showing you the tutorial of how to put in a T-bone. We came over the hill here, and if you don't believe that T-bones don't work, let me show you what this set was made of. And here's a good example of what I talked about. The bone is normally longer. Now I'm just walked up on this guy for the first time. This is the first time he's been close to a human in a long time, probably ever. So anyway, we had a T-bone here. I used this, you can see a transition here. See, we've got a lot of grass here, and if I pan out, you can tell it changes into a field. Well, I use this transition line almost like I do deer hunting, right? You hear me talk about deer hunting, I talk about edges. So this is a lot of green grass, a lot of hay kind of stuff here. This is a cut soybean field. This transition line is what I set that T-bone right there, set that T-bone on. And I made a set here, and I had a little tuft of a clump of soybeans right there behind it. That was my backing. As you can see, that's the result. Guys, T-bones are a deadly, deadly set.